All right, man. It is show 414, I believe. I think it's 414. This is Fans of Patrol. I'm the host of Fans of Patrol. My name is Montego. With me is my adorable co-host, ready to go, doing her thing, Miss Tifflebot. What's happening with you this week, Tiff?
I'm excited to be here
Yeah.
because I have a
Yes.
special guest.
Yes. If you're watching on video, you're like, who is this person? That's her in the flesh, y'all. You've never seen her before, but you heard her. Liza Raphael is back on the show to do her things. Hello, how you doing? And happy New Year, and good to see you, Liza.
Hey, it's great to be back and it's great to be on video. This is all new for me.
Oh yeah, yeah. You know, if you're watching or if you're listening to in the car, that's fine. We love you for that. But you ought to see this Vanity Fair pic that I'm looking at with Liza. I mean,
Yeah, Liza looks like Liza is a director, so like Liza just looks like a professional. And Montego and I, not that Montego always looks professional, but I just am like, bleh. But until
wow,
Liza has always been my movie friend. Liza knows a lot about film and is passionate about it as a person who makes film and is
yeah.
involved with it. And so it's always great to have her on because I know how much she loves film and how much she knows.
You know what, though, Tuff? I'm remiss, because I just sold her short, man. You know, we got the movie poster there. This should have been the real opening. Here we go. The director and creator of Love Happens Evil, Liza. That's what that's better.
Thank you. Yeah, that is nice. I do think that's probably what should happen every time that I enter a meeting or whatever. But yeah,
I just want horns. I want like a horn section, like I come walking in.
I think it would be nice, but I do think my neighbors would not love that if they heard horns every time I was introduced to somebody.
Hey, neighbors are here to annoy. Just remember that.
You gotta live your life.
Exactly.
Fuck those neighbors.
There we go. And
but then, as Liza knows, because she lives in a much more densely populated situation than us, that you sometimes have to be nice to your neighbors so that they don't retaliate.
Yeah. Well, let the games begin is what I always say. I used to have a war with a neighbor. It was so bad. Oh my goodness. I remember. Oh my God. I remember one time he came out when I had a party and started some stuff because somebody complained his dog was barking. He thought it was me. I'm drunk. I walk up to him and there's somebody wants to talk to the homeowner. I'm like, oh, well, that's me. I'm like, hey, how y'all doing? I'm about to offer him a drink. Yeah, we heard somebody was complaining about our dog. I was like, yeah, somebody complained when my dog got here, but it's cool. It was like, well, if it's a problem, I was like, oh, they trying to start something. So it was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna keep my eye on you. Had another party, came out with his lawnmower, didn't water his grass, started dust storm everywhere, like he was in tumbleweeds and stuff all over my party. So I said, okay, I got your ass. I got you. So I waited like a alligator in a shadow of water. I just waited.
Jesus Christ.
And he finally had a party. And I had this snow blower that was this big gargantuan thing. It was way bigger than my chest. It was a whole sidewalk, for the scoop. And it was in the summertime, July, and they were out there partying. I'm like, wall, wall, wall. I take the thing out. I put it right next to the fence because we share backyards. And I made sure it was filled up with gas. And I went in the house. Whoa! I was sitting in the house with watching TV, just
Jesus,
could have never bothered me, dude. I'm the wrong one. And they end up, everybody in the party left, and so then I came and turned it off and put it in the back of the garage. So, but that was years ago. That was young Montego Tipplebot. That was about.
Yeah, you can tell that Liza and I are aghast.
Yeah. Nope, I would never. No, not in New York City, where you find a place you like and you want to stay there as long as you can.
Yeah. So don't mess with me, man. Yeah. That's the moral of the story. So we got a bunch of stuff going on today, man. So we don't really have no news. I mean, they had the Golden Globes and everybody in the world was talking about that, but this is not the Golden Globe show. So anyway, man, what are we doing today, Tifflebot? We are going to have a countdown, right?
Yep.
What is our countdown? What is
it's the 3, you said what the fuck moments, but I think maybe, that could be twist endings, that can be weird endings.
Yes.
Your top 3 endings of films.
Yeah.
Or what the fuckeries.
You made that word funnier. I love. And then it's a game we played before on this sucker. Finally gave it a name. It's called Who the Hell, Man? And so we'll be doing that in our minnow section. And it's always funner when we got more people to play with on the playground, Tiff. You saw, you just
yeah, it's better than to like challenge each other too. It's also fun to play a game where it's not like a game where it's supposed to have potentially like a host and two people playing, where it's just us two playing, and it's easier when there's another person.
Yes, I'm looking forward to it because it's all movie stuff, and that theme rides in with our main topic. What is it called? The Glass Onion, Knives Out, whatever.
It's right behind you.
I know. I can't. I see
Glass Onion, a Knives Out mystery.
A Knives Out mystery, which I heard the director really didn't want that name. He didn't want Knives Out in it at all. But and then we're gonna head off into the sunset, man, like we normally do. So, saying all that good stuff, man, are you guys ready to roll?
Yes.
Yep.
Let's get it. All right, man, we are back. It's time to get a little social media out the way, and then we're gonna get into our list, man. Tiff, tell the people how to get us other places.
Okay, so you can get to us on our social medias, which is at Phantom Patrol on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. You can check out our Patreon, which we should have an episode because we have something.
Yep.
That feels so bad. You can also check out our TikTok, which is Phantom Patrol 0, our YouTube, where you can watch us now, and then on your favorite listening platform.
Yeah, man. So appreciate everybody, tuning in, listening to us, stuff like that. We love you, So it's time, Tiff. So, I love lists, man. I love counting down. It's just something about it. It's satisfying when you get to.
I love to tell people what I think, right. What my favorites are.
Right. So, Liza, we're doing. What are we counting down? How did I put this? Top WTF moments, or what the fuck moments, or all that stuff. And that could be a twist at the end. That could be, something very unexpected. It could be your moment of what you think were the top, in cinema history. And you don't even have to do entire cinema history. You can do a time. It doesn't matter. Because, if I always do cinema history, I'm going to keep going back to the same damn films because I think the older ones are the better ones. So I actually brought mine up a little and cut off some of the older ones this time. So, so we're doing 3, y'all. So let's get this going and let's start with our guest, Liza. Top 3, number 3, what the F moments?
Okay, my number 3 is Snowpiercer. Because I knew going into it that was like everybody was raving about it, but I didn't know anything about what like the storyline was, and I was like pleasantly surprised with like how the story changed, like the fact that I didn't expect it. I think that always is something that I enjoy in a movie, and but like there was some like gross stuff in there. So like the things that they're eating.
Yeah. Oh God,
like, that's like gross,
traumatizing.
Yes, but because of that like reveal, which I won't say in case there's somebody who didn't see a movie from like a decade ago.
Spoilers on the old ass movie. So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but I appreciate her sensitivity in the situation because that she said enough to know. But feel free to spoil is what he's saying.
Yes, because it's too damn old,
Yeah, well, but what I'm saying is like because of that part of the reveal, every time that there's a movie where somebody is like eating something,
yes,
I'm like,
what is it?
What is that? It's the grossest thing you can think of, like in the context of a thing.
They was tearing that shit up early in the movie. They was tearing that shit
Yeah. So like that has so now anybody who's trying to do that kind of a surprise, I'm gonna catch it.
I thought you were gonna mention. I thought your what's the F moment was gonna be the little boy when he came out that little closet.
Well, I think I mean like that was that part of it was weird, and then also there's like the baby at the end. Like there's parts of it where you're like, well, now what are they gonna do? Like that is the WTF moment. But I think just like overall, it was feel like it is not what you're expecting it
the
to
gel,
be.
the gel definitely was the biggest one. The gelatin.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's pretty good. So Tiff, your number 3.
So I kept mine to recent movies I'd seen probably in the last 2 years.
Yes.
So my number 3 is a movie I saw pretty recently.
Oh shit.
And it's a movie called The Invitation. And it is not it is the
you see The Invitation? We should have did that on a show.
It's the Karen Kusama movie. It's from a few years. It's not the one recently. It's from 4 or 5 years, 3, 4 or 5 years ago. I'm not sure. It's
same
about
name, right? Same name. It's both
same name, but they're not in any way related.
Gotcha.
So the new Invitation that you're talking about is sort of similar to Ready or Not.
Yes. Yes.
The one that I'm talking about is a man is invited by his ex-wife. Him and his new girlfriend are invited to a small get-together at their home.
Okay.
And it's a kind of slow build. You don't know if so they have suffered a traumatic incident. They had divorced or separated from each other, whatever, because they had lost a child, which is very common. And so you don't know if they both lead you to believe something bad is going to happen, but also that the person who's thinking that has got a lot of problems.
Okay. So
for most of the movie, you don't know what is or is not reality.
Okay. All right.
And then at the end,
what the hell?
There's a big what the fuck moment that happens very quickly. Like the last 10 to 15 minutes of the movie is just really fucked up. And then the very last scene of the movie is very interesting and intense, where you realize that the same thing that's been happening to these people is kind of happening all over this small enclosure of a home, like kind of like a gated community.
Sounds like an M. Night Shyamalan special.
It is not. Karen Kusama is fantastic. She is the director of one of my favorite movies, Jennifer's Body, and also the immensely popular Yellow Jackets.
So what I did is I went from kind of semi-old to semi-new to new.
All right.
My first one, I actually mentioned it on the show before, and I didn't want to mention it. But I said, there is no what the hell, what the F, there's no one bigger, I believe. But I'm going to take it back to the usual suspects, man. The reveal of Kaiser Soze, man. I'm telling you, it's like the biggest shit ever, man. It's like, I watched it again, and I was like, I'm still just flabbergasted how dope this was done, man. I mean, it was good, man. So, you never seen
that. I feel like a classic kind of what the fuck, or I would say some of these movies that we're talking about aren't necessarily even like what the fuck, like oh my god,
that was
fucked up, but more like I didn't see that coming at all, which is another kind of special thing that you can do, especially as Liza's mentioned, in the world where we have all sort of been conditioned to be to be suspicious of a what the fuck, like to be like, is this trying to give me a what the fuck moment? So anytime that they can do it without you realizing it,
right? Because that was the sweetness. It wasn't even about try to figure out this mystery. It was just like boom, 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 boom. Oh shit! Where'd that come from? But then you was like, oh shit, and then they took you on a journey throughout the movie to show you that it was there the whole time, and it was just like, damn, I bravo.
I still have not seen this movie. But
I know Liza has seen it. That's for sure.
Oh, yes. I've seen it. And actually, Tiffany, I don't know if you remember this. I'm going to do a quick sidebar on when we were living together. I was a big fan of Late Night with Conan O'Brien.
Yes.
And he would do these little things of interstitial jokes. And he did one where it was T-shirts with spoilers on them. And
oh, fuck. I remember this song.
Yes. So then the spoiler comes up where it's the T-shirt where it's so-and-so is Kaiser Soze. And it comes on and Tiffany is pissed. She's like, I was going to see that. I was so mad. Why would they spoil it? And she's so angry. And I just I thought that was so funny. And, but also it was an old movie.
Yeah, it was. And I don't even know why, because looking back on it, I'm like, I probably wouldn't, the me now would definitely not care, but that college me, I would be pissed about everything.
Oh my
And
God.
honestly, like, because when they would do ones that I had already known, I would think it was really funny.
Right.
But like, what a little bitch. What a little bitch I was.
So, Liza, your number 2.
My number 2 is Cabin in the Woods.
Okay.
And I know it's not like it's not like a twist ending. It's like, sort of a reveal throughout of this other world that's functioning behind the scary situation. And I thought that was just like so clever of a way to like deconstruct a horror movie and be like, oh yeah, these are the mechanisms, and like this is how it has to, we have to have this happen in order to get this kind of response, and we have to like feed the beast, or however they frame it at the end.
But this is a scary movie though, right?
Yeah.
And you don't like scary movies.
No, I watched it. This is going to be another tangent. Sorry, but I watched it because at the time I was like really into Joss Whedon stuff. Like I love
the head
Buffy. Yeah.
Tiffany's favorite person.
Yeah. So like this is, problematic, regrettable. I'm sorry to everyone who was hurt by him. But
I shook my head because like we can't help what we did in the past.
Right. And so like I was really into it. I was being like a completist with all of his stuff, and it was the last thing. And I was like, okay, I have to watch this. And when I saw it, and he wrote it, he didn't direct it. A different person directed it, and he has directed other stuff that I've been really into. So I'm glad that I discovered it for that reason as well. But just the way that he was telling that story really helped me figure out how I wanted to tell the story that ended up being Love Happens. So I have to sort of credit that with like unlocking things in the brain. So Cabin in the Woods, that's my number 2.
I thought Cabin in the Woods was like, you've never seen it?
No.
I thought Cabin in the Woods was also, and I will say this not to shit on anyone, but it's a very, I say, easy horror movie to consume.
Got you.
Yeah.
Because it's on the more like a goofy
end.
But also
of horror, I watched The Fog recently.
I love The Fog.
Yeah, because you kept talking about it, so I was like, I watched it. It wasn't so bad. I kind of.
You watched The Fog? You watched that's Jamie Lee Curtis and
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Jamie Lee Curtis is in The Fog, yes.
She wasn't in it.
Yes, she is. So are you talking about The Mist?
Mist, the goddamn Mist.
Fucking love The Mist.
It's a goddamn Mist.
See, shit! That should be on my fucking list.
Oh, there you go. That is a
shit. But okay. That's honorable mention because that fucking ending blows my fucking mind. It is such a good ending to a movie. If you don't, even if you think you're not gonna like it, if you're a dark individual, please watch The Mist. Anyway.
Kind of bullshit, but what's your number 2?
It's not bullshit. No, anyway, number 2. My number 2 is a movie that we watched recently in my house, like last year or the year before, called The Night Eats the World.
God damn, it's something I ain't never heard of. Tiff, what are you doing?
What's this? I'm doing what I want. I'm throwing a wrench in the gears. This is a movie about, it's a French movie. Well, I think it's Belgian, but they speak French.
Oh, shit. No, I ain't watching.
And so... Jesus Christ. It's about a man, he's at a party. Also, this is really weird. I didn't realize this. He's at a party with an ex, and he goes into their room that they used to share, and he falls asleep on accident.
With an ex or X?
With an X.
Okay, with an X. I thought you said X at first. Like he went to a party with an X.
With an X, and he fell asleep. And when he wakes up, a catastrophe has happened. Okay. So the zombie apocalypse has happened.
The old zombie apocalypse.
Mm-hmm. And he's there's nobody left at the party. It's just him. He was like safe in the back room for whatever reason.
Kind of like Rick Grimes waking up in a hospital.
Exactly. Or like the guy in 28 Days Later who also wakes up.
Woke up in a hospital. Yeah.
So he wakes up. He's all alone. He lives in this so he's trying to figure out how to survive in this apartment.
Yeah.
He has not seen another living human being. And then he does towards the end meet another living human being, but he thinks that she is a zombie, so he kills her on accident.
Yep, I've seen that before.
But then
Bill Murray.
Yes. But then the movie, and I'm spoiling this because probably no one's gonna watch it. But that, well, actually, I won't. But then the movie kind of takes a turn.
Oh, you could have spoiled this shit. I ain't watching no movie from Belgium.
But maybe some people watch it on the show. But then there's like a little turn there that like makes you question reality. And that's great. I love a movie that makes you like be like, oh, is he crazy?
Gotcha.
Am I seeing this from like, I guess what you would say, like, you know, omnipresent perspective? So like, am I just understanding something that's not understandable from the character's point of view, or is this the reality of the film? So it's really short. It's like 93 minutes, just like Liza said. I recommend watching it because it's not much of your time and it's really good. It's very good. And I will say, even if you don't like to read subtitles like a piece of garbage, Montego,
that's me.
It is a mostly silent film.
So for all you fans out there, my movie is The Joker, and it was the reveal of finding out that there was no romantic relationship between the Zazie Beetz character and the Joker. That it was all in his head.
Yeah, I kind of forgot about that.
Yeah, he come walking into the apartment, and she's like, "Oh shit, who is this dude?" You know, and he, oh my god,
that was like, you know what? That was good.
Oh yeah, it was good. That's a good one, man. I was like, oh, and then it had everybody talking. Was it real, or well, you know what happened? No, that part was fake, dummies. Everything else he did was real. He just thought he had her reassurance and everything he was doing because he thought that was a woman, and she talked to him one time.
Yeah, that see, regardless of how you might feel about a movie overall or whatever.
Oh, I love that.
It's a good movie. Those are the movies that like where they can literally trick you without you realizing you're being tricked.
Trick the shit out of me. I don't know about you, Liza. How did you feel when you saw that?
I actually haven't seen The Joker, so
spoilers alert! Spoiler alert, Liza. Never had. Not if it's real. Try to forget that part.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. I don't know that I will. It's not on my to-do list right now, so
it's good. God damn, it's good. It's a good movie. Good movie. Didn't even have to be about the Joker. They could have called it The Fool or something, you know.
Yeah, it could have been like about just a clown.
Yep.
Sad clown.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay.
Recommend, highest order. Recommend. So where we at? Number 3.
Number 1.
Number 1. It's on Liza.
All right. Okay. So my number 1 is Old Boy, the original Korean film that Spike Lee remade in, I think, 2016. And it is, I know it's another subtitle, but it is one of those movies where you can only pitch it as like, this is going to fuck you up. Like,
listen up, JG. I got something that's really, really, really gonna fuck you up here.
yeah. Because you're watching the movie and you're like, I'm watching the story of this man and like his road to like making his life better, making changes, and then something is revealed. And I don't want to spoil it. I know it's like, you know, now 20 years old, but it is a really well-made movie that you like. I did not, because I didn't watch it right when it came out, but I did not see the twist coming at all, and I was told that the movie was going to be crazy.
Did you see the new one?
No, I didn't see the new one because it's basically this. From what I understand, it's the same plot, just with like Hollywood actors. And if you need something to fuck you up, then you should watch Old Boy, and you won't be able to sleep. Probably. Not like
Tiff. I'm like, Tiff, like, ooh.
Okay. So I like that.
Tiff, number 1.
My number 1 is a movie that is from the 80s.
Ghostbusters. Just playing. I'm just playing.
It is a movie called Society. It is a horror film. And I will say that it is a very strange movie in which a young man is convinced that his family is trying to have an incestuous orgy.
No, okay. I'm out.
So he is having a mental breakdown basically about it. And the last probably 15 minutes of this movie, it's body horror. So it is some fucked up shit. If you want to see like some fucked up shit, you should watch it. I watched this on the Criterion channel. It might still be on there.
It's on there.
It is very short, But what I have said about this movie is the way that it's shot, the way that it's acted, I would have watched the movie even if the ending were not fucked up. It's just very strange. Ugh. Don't worry, you guys, they're not really related or whatever. You're fine. Don't worry. Don't look too much into it, that part, okay? But the end of the body horror is so good. So like if you're into like that kind of like practical effects that are really creepy and super gross, check it out because you will vomit a little bit.
Already,
I didn't vomit because I was okay with it.
I don't like it.
That's a no for me. Sorry.
I know. I was talking to my friend Trent about this, and I was saying I'm going to say some stuff that nobody's going to want to watch.
Oh well. Hey, you like what you like. I won't disagree with you.
He was actually the one that recommended that movie to me, and I can't thank him enough because I'm glad to know that it exists on this planet.
All right, man. So, all for the incestuous sexual stuff. So
it's not like that. You fucks. You stupid fucks.
So, my last one, my number one. It's right up my alley, but I have so much anger from behind this stuff because it's my jam. So I'm going to a Star Wars movie, and I said, man, a Star Wars movie was a what the F moment. And it's The Last Jedi at the end when Luke Skywalker disappears into nothing. What the hell? What the hell was that? How come? Okay, wait a minute. So we waited 30 years to see badass Luke come up on stage and do his duty. So he comes out, pulls out a lightsaber and fights as a ghost. It ain't even him, so that's dumb as hell. So then he's sitting there like, I'm holding it, and then all of a sudden his clothes and everything just disappears, and it was a ghost the whole time that was down there helping, but he's dead. So the baddest dude in the galaxy who we had grown up with and watch him do his thing and couldn't wait to see him just be badass Luke. We had to wait to the Mandalorian to see badass Luke, and so I recommend. But then this damn movie, he's gone. He died for nothing. Everybody died pretty much, and then a couple people get away. Yeah, thanks a lot, Brian Johnson. God damn it.
Thanks a lot, Rian Johnson.
Asshole.
Is that why you picked that? So we're tied into the glass onion today?
It came to mind, and I was like, 100%. And I know it's Star Wars, but and so you're like, oh, I'm not going to take it so seriously. But I did not like that movie. And then I hated the ending even more, that you just took one of the biggest heroes in Americana and turned him into this punk ass dude that nobody liked. Hated him in that movie, walking around, and the Jedi should be dead. And then he just disappeared. Ooh. Get out of here, man. What the F? So there you go.
So that's more of like an angry what the fuck.
Yes, that's it. See, different what the F's, right? It can go all over the place. Yeah, that's the I hate you forever type of thing. That's crazy, man. Why would you do that to a hero like that? So we can wrap it up. And it's time for us to move to our next section, man. And what are we doing? What the hell? Who the hell? That's the next game. So we're gonna take a break, y'all, and we're gonna be right back. Time.